Hi there and welcome. This is Vince of vinceprep.com discussing the takeaways from recent campus visits conducted through the Association of International Graduate Admissions Consultants 2014 conference. Our conference this year was Focus on Fit. We visited 4 schools. I'm going to talk today about Yale. This is the first in a series of short videos talking about takeaways from each of the 4 campuses that we visited in this year's conference, which were Yale, NYU, Stern, Columbia Business School, and Cornell Johnson School of Management in Ithaca. So Yale School of Management in New Haven, 3 main takeaways, 3 surprises, three things that really truly impressed me. The first one is that this school, more than any other school, is really focused and driven and serious about its mission. The mission is very consistent and simple. Yale's mission is leaders for business and society. I was thinking about applying to Yale in 1997. I just finished running an education nonprofit down in New Orleans. I knew about nonprofit management in practical sense, but I'd never studied it, and I was really thinking about getting a degree from Yale School of Management in those days. I ended up getting a different degree, but what attracted me to Yale then is still what attracts me to Yale now, which is this very simple and narrow mission, and they're literally their focus on leadership development, I think, is very practical, very hands-on. They're following the 70-20-10 leadership model, which is that 70% of leadership is developed through real experience, doing difficult things, setting difficult goals, working hard with the team to motivate them to achieve those goals, and constantly reflecting on the process. So experience-based learning is not just a buzzword or a phrase or something that Yale started talking about after 2008, the financial crisis, when there weren't any more jobs on Wall Street or whatever. This isn't something that they added to their program. This is always something that they've had, and I think they're just honing it and making it better and better through experience. So their focus on leadership is the best I've seen. The second thing, their model for global management is, I think, also highly innovative, agile, customized. Rather than having the Yale / somebody else school of management in some other location around the world, they're not tying up and making buildings. Instead, they're using their resources to have very agile, small group conferences or seminars with people around the world. So they're not doing MOOCs, massively online courses. They're doing SNOOCs, small network something or other courses. They have these seminar models. Anyway, go to the Global Network for Advanced Management's website. I think it's a highly innovative and flexible model, and I really do think it's the way of the future because it's low cost, high impact. I mean, this is Yale. They have plenty of money. It's not a matter of them not having the resources to make a physical building. They just made this incredibly gorgeous new building. I was there in 2011, the day that the ground was broken. They broke ground I was there for the groundbreaking ceremony. Just coincidentally, I was on campus for another reason. So it was really fun this year to be back and see what's been happening there since 2011. It's like no other school I've seen. Their unique curriculum model is embodied in their building. It's almost geeky. I mean, it's almost to the level of obsession. The detail with they are trying hard to implement their unique mission of educating leaders for business and society. I just think it's great. Honestly, after this conference, people sometimes ask me, if you were going to get an MBA, where would you go? I'm 44 years old. I'm not about to apply to a 2-year MBA program at this point. And all these schools, you walk out of all of them thinking, wow, what a great place, what a great place. I was this close to going to Yale undergraduate. For me, it came down to Yale versus Stanford. I had an offer from Harvard undergrad. I didn't think that seriously about Harvard for my own reasons. Just never saw myself as really a Harvard guy. It was nice to get admitted, nice to have the freedom of turning them down. Got into Yale, got into Princeton, got into Brown, got into Stanford and some other schools as well. And for me, it came down to Yale versus Stanford, Yale versus Stanford. I chose Stanford for my own reasons. So Yale's also always had a special place in my heart. And it was really nice to see that they have continued to be truly innovative program. So if you've ever thought about it, Next time you're in New York City, take the Metro North up, 2 hours from Grand Central or whatever from Penn Station. Take the Amtrak, go to New Haven and take a look at the new building. If you're lucky like us, it'll be a beautiful day weather-wise, even if it's freezing cold, feet of dirty snow. I still think you'll be pretty impressed with what they have to offer. The final thing I want to mention, apologies, I'm doing this video off-site. I'm in New York City right now, and so I don't have my normal setup. The light keeps fading. Thanks for sticking with me. My last point, Career Development Office at Yale works, I don't know if they work harder than any other school, but at least as hard. What impresses me about them is the list of companies where Yale SOM MBA holders, graduates are going, the placement companies change year to year because it is truly customized. I don't think you'll find a school, at least a US school, that has a higher percentage of, quote, non-traditional background people, both coming in and going out. For me, if I were getting an MBA, that would be a huge plus because I have a highly non-traditional background. It's not just 50 people a year going off to McKinsey, et cetera. Plenty of people do go off to McKinsey or wherever, but they're doing a really wide range of very, very unique and interesting things. So check out the Career Development Office and see if there's a fit for you. One thing that I didn't know, but it makes perfect sense, is that Yale has probably the highest percentage of graduates going into the media field. Media is not traditionally a field that's sought MBAs, but Yale's had good placement there historically, and that's continuing. Highly customized, highly specialized, highly inefficient, if you will. But for you, the investor, the customer, the participant in the MBA experience, you're not looking for efficiency, right? You're looking for results. So that's my takeaways from Yale. 3 main points. The leadership is highly practical, on the ground. They really, more than any other school, live their mission and invest in it as embodied by the new building. Second, the Global Network for Advanced Management, something I didn't know much about before we visited, something I'm curious to learn more about now. I think it's a truly innovative model that other schools will be copying. And finally, the highly customized, individualized support and attention offered by the Career Development Office is something to consider if you have a non-traditional goal or something you're thinking about doing that you're not sure a school can help you do it. If any school could, it would probably be Yale. They just seem to be very clever, very resourceful, and very individualized and customized, which is nice. All right, thanks for watching. I'll be doing these kind of takeaway videos from the other 3 schools, NYU, Columbia, and Cornell, that we visited on this trip. Very excited that AIGAC will be going to London Business School in 2015. Over the years, we've been hosted by Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Wharton, Chicago, Kellogg, these 4 schools from this trip, NYU, Yale, Columbia, Cornell. Excited, first time for us to be going to London. We'll be heading over to some of the schools in France as well as some of the other schools nearby, London and the UK. Stay tuned for more on that. Meanwhile, we're still processing the fantastic takeaways from the 2014 conference. Thanks for watching. As always, please subscribe for the latest updates. Best of luck with your applications, and bye for now.